Welcome to Realize Your Potential. In this series, we'll be showing young neurodiverse people how to navigate the complex, sometimes confusing world of recruitment. We know that job hunting can be quite difficult, and there are many unwritten rules in the recruitment process, and we're here to help. If you're looking for a job, know someone that is, or are just plain curious, stick around and share your thoughts in the comments. This first video is about the do's and don'ts of writing a resume. Here's a quick view of what we'll be discussing. So, what is the purpose of a resume? It's quite simple. The purpose of a resume is to get you an interview. Who will be looking at your resume? Your job application will be seen by employers and recruiters. Employers are the people seeking employees looking for a job, like managers and business owners. Recruiters are dedicated persons employers use to find candidates for a role on their behalf. Think big companies or jobs with special requirements. What are recruiters looking for in a resume? Some questions recruiters might have are: do you meet the minimum criteria required for the job? Would you be able to pick up the job quickly? Would you be good at it? Would you be able to positively contribute to the workplace? And will you fit in with the team? Let's now look at how to structure your resume to answer these questions. You want your resume to get someone intrigued enough to want to speak to you, so keep it short, relevant, and precise. Use simple, readable font with little spacing while still legible. Calibri and Helvetica work really well. Use a default top-down layout and highlight your sections clearly to make your resume scannable. This is a good example of a readable font, clear layout, and minimal spacing. Keep a master resume. Tweak it for each application so it meets the requirements of the job you're applying for. Avoid using fancy templates, fonts, colors, and graphics. Avoid complex layouts that make it difficult for someone to scan your resume. Avoid wide margins and extra line spacing. Your resume shouldn't be less than 1, at most 2 pages long. Do not put your photograph on your resume. This one here has too many visual elements, isn't quickly scannable, makes poor use of space, and has a photograph with no clear structure. What sections should you include in your resume? Your contact details are for employers or recruiters to know how to reach you. Include your name, email address, and phone number at the top of your resume. Include the city or area you're looking to work in. Avoid using your address, date of birth, residential suburb, age, or anything that might play into someone's unconscious bias about how young or old you are or how far you have to travel for work. Ditch those email addresses with nicknames and gamer tags. They might be considered unprofessional by some. Now the rest of your resume is about how well you fit the bill. This section, however, is about what makes you unique. Keep it simple and make it your own. Structure your paragraph. Here's a structure you could use with an example. Don't make it longer than 2 or 3 sentences. Don't get stuck. It's hard to summarize everything about you in a few words. Come back to this section once you've finished the rest of your resume. It might actually be a lot easier then. The purpose of this section is to give you a quick view of your strengths, which you will expand in your experience. Remember, your strengths aren't simply things you're good at. Strengths are also things that you will never get tired of learning. Include any tools or software you feel confident using, like the MS Office suite. Avoid listing only soft skills like time management without any evidence to support it. A good resume need not be long. Your experience advocates for your strengths better than you do. Now this is where you add evidence to your strengths. Frame your key responsibilities as accomplishments. An employer isn't interested in what you were expected to do in a job, but how you did it better than anyone else. Use a sentence structure that highlights what you did, how you did it, and what was the impact. Here's an example. Now that's how you know time management is a strength. We'll end our resume with education and qualifications. Put your highest qualification on top, followed by your most recent. Include your working with children's check, driver's license, white card, or responsible service of alcohol if the job requires you have them. Include certificates you're working to get and when you expect to have them. Be sure to include any awards you've won. you need not include the year you graduated in. Here's an example. Now, what about references? Here's the good news. You need not include references on your resume. In our next episode, we'll cover everything you need to know about references. Seeking a job can be overwhelming and draining. Be sure to give yourself time and space to recover between applications. The intention of a resume isn't to get you as many interviews as possible, but to get you at least one interview at a workplace where you can be a confident and authentic self. Your idea of perfection may not align with the recruitment standards in your industry, so get feedback from your loved ones or career counselors or other professionals supporting you between drafts. See you in our next video.